Yeah, whereas when you make images, you can see the mistakes in the underlying model much more easily. And like the obvious example that everyone loves to use is legs. So
Mm.
can I share a screen with you?
Yeah, sure. Happy
Um,
to.
so I asked for advertising people on a panel at a beach in Cannes, at Cannes Line. So let's talk about this. We're on a beach. Looks like it's not quite, I mean, there shouldn't really be a big audience like that behind. But these are people on a panel. Look at the clothes and the haircuts. These look like advertising people. They're not bankers. They're not pop music. They are advertising people. They're on a panel. A woman's holding a microphone. They're in a panel. They're waiting like they're on a beach. The chairs, those are Eames Eiffel chairs with the right legs. Look at this, the four sky long. Look at his legs.
Yep. There are three legs there. Yep.
So it doesn't know what legs are. It knows that sort of shapes like that tend to be associated with other shapes like that. So it's doing pattern recognition, but it's making a pattern without actually knowing what the pattern is. And the more data and the better the models, the more it will converge with that. But it will never actually know in the sort of structured logical sense that people never have three legs. It only knows that people are very unlikely to have three legs. And of course, this is like, we haven't really talked about like the basics of how machine learning works, but like the whole point of machine learning is that what people tried to do before was build systems that knew that it had three and people have two legs. People tried to build logical systems. And the problem is that never worked because it turns out the number of logical steps you would need to encode for it to be able to make this image is like a billion. Like it's just completely impossible for people to encode all those logical steps. And like the breakthrough of machine learning is you make it a statistics problem and you tell the computer to do the work. Instead of human beings trying to write the logical steps, you get the computer to write the logical steps. But the problem is it's doing that on a statistical basis. And so the existential question around both the error rate and also, frankly, AGI is, and this is a very crude non-AI scientist way of putting it, but like as the models get better, will sort of innate structural understanding emerge spontaneously? Or will they not, and they will never get that structural understanding? Or is it that people don't have that structural understanding either? We just think we do because our model is really good. So you have like sort of Stephen Wolfram, for example, looking at ChatGPT and saying, well, maybe what this is telling us is that language is a lot less complex than we think, and our brains are less complicated than we think. So you've got these two parts. So there's one theory that says, look, maybe this has no structural understanding. Maybe we don't either. It's just our model is like 1,000 times bigger. And when you get to that scale, and obviously you can then make a list of cognitive dissonances and all the different logical fallacies that people tend to make, like the way we don't understand probability or optical illusions. Like our own brains have got lots of sort of things that they screw up as well. And so maybe what it is our model is basically like this, but 1,000 times bigger, or 100 times bigger, or whatever it is, something like that, which is what gets you to people saying, oh shit, this might get us AGI. Like just give it 100x more compute and like maybe we'll get AGI out of this.